Welcome again to another lesson, and in this lesson I will show you how to customize your mouse. And because as you can see from other lessons at the moment, I'm only moving a little bit, but it's shooting all over the screen. It's rather hard to manage and keep track of. And it's also not the size I like it. So we'll head on down to the Start button, and then we go straight to Control Panel. And from here we're going to pick a category, and that category for the mouse would be under Printers and Other Hardware. You can see the little picture of a mouse here. We click on that, we go straight down to Mouse. And here we've got mouse properties, buttons, pointers, pointer options, wheel, hardware. So in here you can change all sorts of things. Switch primary and secondary buttons, so you can select which button you want to use as your left and right click, your primary and secondary button function. Most people have the left click because their index finger is on the left button all the time, and they use your middle finger for the right click. You can change that there, and then double click speed, so you've got your double click speed, slow or fast. So you can set that, usually where it is by default or around the middle there is pretty good. And turn on the click lock. It enables you to highlight or drag without holding down the mouse button. To set, briefly press the mouse button. To release, click the mouse button again. So you can go into that, and there's settings, and here just how long you need to hold down a mouse or trackball button before your click is locked. So you can play around with these settings. And we'll go to the Pointers tab. Now this is the one I like. One I like to set it to. You hit the drop down box and you've got the Windows default. I like to set it to the magnified system, right, and then click apply, and see how it's bigger now, and it's a lot easier to find, easier to see. You can see where you're pointing at things. You can also select, or from the list you can see all the different resizes and things, what it looks like. But here you can go to all sorts of things. Your 3D bronze, 3D white, you got your black large, so you can go black, so click apply and it's black. Some people prefer the black. The black extra large, that's even bigger, so yeah, that's a good one. And yeah, you can just select and have a play around with this. You can't hurt it, it's great. Standard extra large, you can go standard extra large, so it's how it was originally, but it's just larger. I do like the magnified system, just one with the black outline. There's also in here, I just forget which one it is. It's not the 3D white, no. There's one in here which allows the mouse becomes transparent. I'm not sure if it's inverted. There it is, yeah, that's the one. So you can see the text come up behind the mouse. Some people use this one if they do a lot of reading of web pages. They can read if the mouse is just hanging over the prints of text and fonts. You can easily read, so you don't have to move the mouse all the time. So yeah, it's a good one too. But I'll just stick to my favourite, which is the magnified. Click apply, and there we go. You go to pointer options and select the point speed. So obviously I'm having a bit of trouble with it here, so we'll just might slow it down to about there, and we'll see how we go. We'll click apply. Right, now I'm moving the mouse same as amount of speed and distance I was before, but it's not shooting all over the screen like it was prior. So I think I'll stick with that for a while and see how that goes. You can check these out and just, whatever's comfortable for you. Come back in and change them slightly. Now, automatically move pointer to the default button in a dialog box. So if you've got that ticked, the pointer will move to a default button in a box that you might automatically click, for instance. So if you click OK here, for instance, and we get out of there, and you normally click on close, and we go back in, it'll automatically, it should automatically come down to, yeah, there you go. See, it's already on the OK button. Okay, so it automatically goes to where you're clicking. Okay, so you click on mouse, you see that again. See, it's already on the OK button, so it automatically goes to the OK button. So you can read, you don't have to move it. I'm finished, I'll just click OK. So that's how that works. So yeah, it's a good idea. You can play around with that as well. Go back to pointers, I'll just untick that. And then display trailers, we know what that's like. You can see the trailer, long, short, whatever distance you want. And then hide pointer while typing, so that's a handy one. And show location of pointer when I press the control key. Okay, so if you've got that ticked and you don't know where it is, press the control key. See, it highlights it for you, the circles. I don't use that. Then you can edit your wheel, roll the wheel 1 notch to scroll, so the following number of lines at a time. So you can adjust that, you can go up or down. That's pretty handy. Or 1 screen at a time. Just tick that and it'll go 1 screen at a time. So actually I will set that to about 1 because I like to do a bit of reading. But there are other options you can do as well with your button. Your wheel button, if you press it, and I've got to be on a web page usually, or a document. We'll pull that up in a minute. And hardware, well, it's just like your properties, and tells you the port, PS2 port, the device is working properly, and you've got troubleshooting properties. So it'll take you to the system properties. Okay, well that's just about it for the mouse. I've sorted out my little problem, and I'll talk to you again soon.